Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to look at a fragrance from the house of Kerosene, and this one is called Follow, and it is classified as an amber fragrance. Came out in 2016 with notes of roasted coffee beans, vanilla, maple sap, tonka bean, amber, and benzoin. So I guess I'll start by saying that I've gotten to know John, aka Kerosene, pretty much at the very beginning of his journey, pretty much. We used to communicate a little bit. He used to send me samples. We did some swaps of decants and things like that. So I got to know him pretty well, and I really enjoyed his content. I love him as a person. I'm really proud of him for starting his own indie fragrance house. I believe he's the first YouTuber to ever do so. Kind of was a groundbreaking thing at the time. So I've tried and reviewed several of his fragrances. So I thought, it's been a long time since I tried one. I thought I'd try this one, Follow, which is a coffee fragrance. So yeah, right off the bat, yeah, you do get that realistic coffee note. It's kind of bitter, realistic, just like a cup of coffee should be. And the other notes don't overshadow that. It always maintains that bitter, realistic coffee smell. Not like say New Harlem, which has so much maple syrup in it. It actually smells like maple syrup to my nose. But this one, you do pick up on that realistic coffee accord. But I can't honestly say that it's my favorite coffee note or coffee fragrance, because I think in the background I do pick up on a lot of that amber, and personally I'm not a huge fan of amber in fragrances, and this one I do unfortunately get a lot of the amber, more so than the maple sap or the tonka bean or the benzoin. So for me it's sort of an ambery coffee, perhaps a slightly burnt coffee as well. It's okay, perhaps a bit too photorealistic for its own good. It's one of those fragrances that you admire for its realistic approach to perfumery, but a lot of people might have a hard time finding the right occasion for this fragrance. It might be a little bit uncomfortable because smelling too much like coffee could lead people to think that you basically just spilled coffee on yourself, or you worked in a coffee shop, or you just drank a cup of coffee. I don't know. People don't really even know, for the most part, that coffee is a fragrance note that's used in a lot of fragrances. And a lot of times it's blended in with other notes, and it doesn't really even smell like coffee, like Polo Red, for example. So yeah, for me, it's okay, but I think I prefer Rocos Man or my beloved bottle of Lancôme Miracle Pour Homme. I think those are more well blended as far as like bringing in other accords to balance out the coffee note, not to smell so much like a fresh cup of coffee, but to bring in the coffee note and support it with woods or sweetness and things like that. So this one, yeah, for me, okay, but I don't think I would buy this one. Pretty much a pass for me, unfortunately. No offense to Kerosene, hopefully, but yeah, I don't think I really enjoy this one as much as I had hoped. And there's another one he did called a Followed, which I believe is sweeter with some chocolate in there. Check that one out too if you get a chance. If you're at Lucky Scent, by all means, if you're looking for a realistic coffee, don't overlook Kerosene's Follow and Followed. I wouldn't blind buy this one, but certainly if you love coffee, realistic coffee fragrances, give this one a try. See what you think. For me, though, smell for me 5 out of 10. Amber's a little bit too prominent for me, and I don't like amber, so that pretty much made this one a pass for me. Projection longevity, we'll give it 8 out of 10. As many people have noted, this has some pretty strong projection on it. 6 to 8 hours, we'll say 8 out of 10. Versatility, 3 out of 10. I have a hard time, and I'm sure a lot of people agree, a hard time to find a good occasion to wear a fragrance that smells like straight up cup of coffee. Uniqueness, I'll say 7 out of 10 because it is one of the more photorealistic coffee scents on the market. Price point, $152 for the 100 ml Lucky Scent. For me, 5 out of 10. Didn't really work for me because it's too photorealistic and the amber is too prominent. The maple syrup, which I love in fragrances because my hometown is known for its maple syrup production, didn't really shine as well as I had hoped. More of an amber than a maple syrup accord to my nose. So that's my thoughts on Follow by Kerosene. Check it out. If you love coffee, get a sample, check it out, see what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.